We are live. It is 2:09 Central Standard Time in the United States, 8:09 BST in the United Kingdom. It is the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live this 22nd day of June 2025. And if you're watching the stream, congratulations. You're paying attention and you are awesome. If you're not watching the stream, that's okay. You can watch it later. It's recorded on YouTube and it's also available whenever you want. We got years of shows. Go back a couple hundred if you want. Well, not a couple hundred. A couple dozen. Yeah, it's okay. Not yet. We're getting there. So, if you're paying attention, you see we don't have a guest today. That's okay. We missed you last week. I had some stuff come up. We had Father's Day and all that kind of stuff.
Happy belated Father's Day.
Happy belated Dad's Day to all those who have human children, or apparently now dog children is a thing. I didn't know that was a thing too. Apparently it's a thing. So, Joe, how are you, sir? Well, I haven't seen you, and how you been, man? Busy?
I'm good, mate. I'm really, really good, mate. I feel a bit rough. I think it's hay fever, but other than that, I'm really, really good, mate. I got a new Arsenal shirt for Father's Day.
There you go.
Ready for the new season.
New kit. I like that. I'm feeling it. Cool. That sounds good. Well, good deal. Is it different? Like, is it just new, replacing one, or is it a different kind of design or a different kind of kit?
This is the thing. Now let's get into this, right? It's a little bit different every year, right? But it's not that different, and they cost so bloody much. But yet, we still like to have them.
Well, yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah.
So I also got treated to Chicken George, which makes you laugh because it's very like American cuisine, really. Chicken wings, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Chicken George in the UK is absolutely banging. If anyone's in Bedford or Hitchin, definitely visit Chicken George. Not sponsored,
right?
But if Chicken
so
George
basically, ironically, it's called Chicken George, which isn't that wasn't he the king when we fought the British? Wasn't King George? Wasn't that the guy? That was the guy. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
that's okay.
So, what did you do for Father's Day?
What did I do for Father's Day? I didn't do a whole lot for anything. I just kind of hung out. Just kind of relaxed. I wasn't feeling great Father's Day. I was just tired. I had a late night, and the night before, not doing anything. Just kind of like was working and stuff, and I got home late, and then just did not feel great all day. Just kind of like a waste. But I went over to my parents' house and kind of visited with that and hung out for a little while, then felt a little better. But yeah, so just nothing much, just kind of relaxed. It was a good day. No H2O, not for me either. That's okay. Well, I don't know about you. Yeah, I think there's ice cubes in it. So those are made of water. I mean, there is water in here. Probably not mostly water. Yeah, but it's okay. Anyway, so I don't know about you, but in the United States here in like the Midwest and kind of like Southeast and stuff, I guess we're under this. I don't know what it's called. I guess for weather now, I don't know why they just can't say it's like a heat wave. Like everything now has got to be some kind of a new term: heat bubble, heat pocket, heat dome. Now it's heat dome. That's what we have. We have a heat dome.
Okay.
Over. Sure, it's summer. I don't know.
Have you seen that TV show? It's called The Dome.
No, I haven't. No. But yeah, so now instead of saying like it's a heat wave that's affecting like 30 states, now apparently it's some heat dome. Okay. Sure, whatever. I don't know. It's just hot here. It's
not affecting outside that dome. It's just inside the dome.
No, apparently outside the dome, it's nice and cool. I don't know. I don't even know where the dome is. I just saw it and I just saw it said heat dome.
Ooh.
Sure. Okay. I don't know. Not to be confused with Iron Dome or Thunder Dome. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of hurricanes or a lot of weather. Maybe there's a thunder dome. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that on the news, I guess on the weather people, I guess they got to come up with different terms to keep people kind of engaged, to come up with new ways to describe the fact that it's summertime in the United States. So I don't know. It's hot here. It's about currently I think it's right at 98 degrees Fahrenheit. So in weird Celsius British terms, it's like 35 maybe. I don't know.
That's hot, man.
Yeah, it's warm. It's warm. So
been warm here, not to that degree, but it has been warm here as well.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
Have aircon in the house.
41. Yeah, that's right. So Scoop's in the chat. Hopefully, if you haven't been paying attention, he just posted a video about his neck situation. So I know Scoop's got a lot of stuff going on. So yeah. I've been paying attention to that, mate. And yeah, we're just thinking about you. That's all. 36.667. It was 40 plus all last week. Yeah, well, I mean, he's in Las Vegas. So, I mean, that's practically the desert. So that out there makes kind of sense. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we usually don't, it doesn't get hot like this until like the middle of July, late July, early August here in St. Louis in the middle of the country. So, I mean, obviously if you're in like the desert Southwest, like one of my colleagues, he lives in Scottsdale, and he said yesterday was 119. But I mean, it's Arizona. It's hot there. So, it's just hot. So yeah, it's summertime. It's all what happens here. So no big deal. So we can catch up. So apparently we're going to iOS 26. I guess that's a thing. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not 100% certain what the iOS 26 is about.
Yeah,
but it's a thing. Apparently that's a thing.
Yeah, they've been very transparent about it, haven't they?
Yeah. I caught it, and I thought something was like, I kind of thought something was weird. I was like, wait a minute, am I reading this right? And like, yeah, no, it's iOS. I guess I haven't. I didn't watch the event, so I'm sorry. I don't, and no offense. And everybody's gonna say, well, it's because it's an Apple event. I don't watch any of them. I don't watch Samsung events. I don't watch none of them. I kind of sort of watched the OnePlus one a couple years ago. I just happened to be sitting at work and I was kind of like having a slow day, and I just had it on. I really wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, so I guess technically I did watch the event, but I really wasn't paying much attention. I just don't watch those, and they're okay. But now with all the leaks and stuff, I mean, you really don't have to watch the event, because by the time you get to the event, you probably know at least half or maybe better, especially if you're Google. You already know exactly, what's going on with them. So
you're just better off watching the highlight reels of someone afterwards, aren't you? Because everyone's putting together highlight videos after.
Yeah. And you're going to have a bunch of people. I mean, as soon as you know when an event, you don't have to even know when the event's going on, because your YouTube feed is going to get inundated with all sorts of videos and releases and stuff.
Everything, yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I'm like, I just don't even pay attention, because usually the internet will tell me when something happened. But so I guess there's a beta available, and people have downloaded the beta, and there are some people who, I guess there's some like software overlay, this liquid glass or something like that. People all pissed off about it because it looks ugly and it comes down, but it's transparent and whatever. It's a beta, folks. I mean, if you have, I know Adam said he downloaded, he's gotten a lot of battery problems and heat issues with his phone. I'm like, well, it's a beta. I'm hoping that it gets better, but I don't know. We'll see. So, I mean, that's coming out.
The iPad OS looks good, though.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't like iOS generally, but
I don't. But
it looks okay.
Positive.
Yeah, and I'm not hacking on them. I just, I noticed they kind of rebranded, had a little bit of a branding change. That's cool, and and it really doesn't matter, because I think
I think that's a mistake. Let's quickly touch on that. I'm not sure about that, changing it like that. What do you think?
I don't know. It just, I guess, I don't know. Did somebody somebody in the chat could probably explain? Is there any reason why it's because it's 20? Because if this is coming out this year, it's not in 2026. I mean, it will be for 2026, I guess.
But
what's the significance?
I was listening to PSC, and Steve done a good job explaining. So think about it: if they called it 2025, and then it will seem old when it goes to next year, which we're not that far away, and then you got to wait for the new iPhone to come out.
Right. Okay. So it has to do with the calendar year of 2026. Okay.
Yeah. But they do it in advance rather than behind, because otherwise you get to 2026 and it will seem old, won't it? So
I got you. Okay. Well, that's cool. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so it sounds good. It looks good. I don't know. Obviously, the only iPhone I have is a work phone, and it will take, even after iOS 26 comes out, it'll be quite a while before we're able to install it, because of all sorts of stuff. They got to validate it and check it and all that crap. And check it for security stuff and make sure it's all stable. We'll see. I don't really care. Like I said, again, I use it for work. I really don't use it for anything. And I don't have another device that kind of works like that. So, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think the hardware looks pretty good. I mean, I think it'll be the same. I guess we're waiting for I guess we're not going to get the iPad or the iPhone Air The little thin, like the. I guess we are. Are we? I don't have a clue. I have not been paying attention to that at all. Sorry, folks. I'm just when it comes to Apple, I just don't pay a whole lot of attention to it because I just don't think a lot of stuff really changes that much. I think the OS changes a little nice. I did see what they have. It was like basically a was it hold for me or calls some kind of call.
Yeah. It looks good.
That essentially has been on a Pixel for years, but okay.
Yeah, but it's good that it's coming for iPhone users. It's nice to see. Nice. But yeah, it is just catching up, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think so. I think that's what they're kind of doing, and it's fine. I think I will tell you that it's one of the many reasons I keep kind of hold of a Pixel, right? Is because of all the software features. I mean, obviously.
Speaking of Pixel, have you got the beta, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah. So I picked up. I've had no problem with the beta. I have no problem with it. I think I downloaded it a month ago, maybe. So this is before the 16 release. So I thought about switching to the I guess release build, the release candidate or whatever it is, right? The official 16. But I'm gonna stay on it because now I think I got it recently an upgrade to update to I think it's quarter 3 QPR. I think it's QPR quarter 3, I believe. It doesn't really say. You can't really tell on here, but yeah, it looks okay. I'm still on a May security update though, which is kind of weird. But that's fine. I thought about, that's always that kind of situation where when you get the actual 16 releases and you're kind of like, should I switch off the beta and go back into the stable release candidate? I always kind of struggle with kind of deciding whether or not I want to do that. So we'll see. Had to sneeze. Sorry about that. I didn't want to sneeze right in your folks' ears, so I muted my microphone. I don't know. I don't know. Do you usually do that? You're on mute, by the way. I don't know what happened. Did you mute yourself or I mute you? I don't think we did. Can't unmute. There says their mic isn't connected. Oh, okay. There you go.
What? It does this sometimes when I unplug something from the charger. It's really flipping annoying. But anyway, what I was saying, Sam, while I was on mute.
What are we in a meeting? Oh, sorry, I was talking the whole time on mute. I love that in Teams. It's like endemic now of every conversation and every meeting we have at work. It's like, you don't hear anybody for like 30 seconds. You go, dude, are you on mute?
Like, waving at the screen,
waving. And they're like, oh yeah, I've been talking to mute the whole time. What's funny is, real quick, is my buddy and I will sometimes go on mute. Like, either he'll go on mute or I will, and we'll have a full conversation with context and response. Like one day we were talking for like 5 minutes, and I realized I'm like, I don't think he can hear me. I go, have you heard anything I said in the last 3 minutes? He goes, no. I said, well, then why are you responding? He goes, I don't know. I'm just talking. We had a whole conversation and he didn't hear anything I had to say because I was on mute the entire time. It was stupid. Anyway.
You just made yourself sound even weirder, Sam.
Well, yeah, I know. It was weird. That just goes to show you how connected. I mean, a lot of my colleagues and I work together. We've worked together so many years now. We kind of lip read. We kind of just I mean, we never go on camera. I mean, the only time we do is when we're kind of mandated to. Sometimes we just do audio calls.
But you was on mute and not on camera. So how the hell was you having a conversation? I
don't know, dude. He was just talking and responding. I could hear him talk, and I was talking, and he was just responding to me. So I'm like, okay. And I thought he could hear
what you were saying.
Yeah, it was relevant to what we were saying. Well, I mean, it wasn't perfectly relevant, but it wasn't like off. Like, what the fuck is? You know what I mean? It was a fairly normal conversation. And after like 3 or 4 minutes, I'm like, he can't. He finally goes, are you been talking? Are you away from your computer? I'm like, no, I've been talking the whole time. He goes, dude, I haven't heard a fucking thing you said for 4 minutes. I'm like, holy shit, I've been muted the whole time. Why didn't you say I was on mute? And I wasn't on mute on Teams. I was a hardware mute. I had I have a pair of headphones that has a physical button, and on the bottom of the cable, it has a little red ring. It's a Logitech headset I got from work. They gave it to us, and I had no idea it was. I looked down like, oh shit, the thing's been red the whole time. I've been on physical mute. I always double mute in meetings just because I don't want to take the chance of saying something, and stuff like that. But yeah, we're not required to go on camera unless we're like having a meeting where they kind of say everybody's got to be on camera. They say that, and then people kind of start to do it, and then most people don't. It doesn't matter. We're going back into the bank full time anyway. In September.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's fine.
How'd you feel about that?
I don't really care. I mean, it kind of sucks. I do like working from home, but the only problem I have with, so this is a weird kind of, and we're segueing into this. We're not talking tech. So folks, I know if you were here for the tech talk, we may get into it. We may not.
People know what they're going to get with us.
So how it works is, and I don't know how it goes with fully remote jobs or hybrid, because like now we're in like a hybrid posture. So we're required to be in 3 days a week, and then we can work from home 2 days. That's the current posture. That's changing because of an executive order, and that's how that goes. Long story short, we don't have to follow the order necessarily, but we kind of do. So anyway, back in September on the 2nd, so I guess that's after Labor Day, we'll be back full time. And there's still some flexibility there, but what it comes down to is, so when I'm in the office, there's a couple of things that are kind of positive, right? So I work in production support, essentially, so on an application. So it's kind of nice when you know the other guy's there and you have a quick question, you can just kind of walk over to his desk and you guys can kind of talk about it real quick. I like that. I mean, especially when I'm trying to troubleshoot or work through a problem or ask questions about something that's going on with the application. It's nice to just, because with Teams, you see somebody's, green, they're available, but they may have stepped away for a second. They may be talking to a spouse. They may be stepped away.
That beats Teams all day long being
right.
There, right.
And like you might be in the loo, you might be downstairs getting a snack. You may have gone and got the mail. Who knows? So you never really know if they're there. Well, as opposed to if you walk over to somebody's desk, you can see that they are there. Like you can see your colleagues there. So that's a benefit. The thing that is a disadvantage is because we have these kind of cubicle walls and it's not we're not isolated. And we've moved over to like a more populated area of the floor. There's a lot of cross conversations going on, and it's really hard to kind of be able to have a conversation with somebody you're talking to on the phone, and then the cube mate next to you or it's on the other side, like above the wall over you. There's a lot of conversations happening, and sometimes there's some noise bleed, right? So the other day we were in a meeting, and two of the developers were on the call with us, and they sit right kind of adjacent to each other, but it's not a small. It's like a standard cubicle wall. Like think of Office Space, right? It's that height. Right? It's about 5.5 feet tall. So if I stand up, I can stand up and see over people, but a lot of my colleagues, the women, or I have a couple of guys who are like 5'6", 5'7". You can kind of see up, but you can't see like over the top of it. Anyway, so they're talking to each other. They're both unmuted because we're all talking about a thing. But because they're unmuted, I can hear him being picked up in his mic, but his partner's mic. So they're double feeding. And it's not because they're talking loudly. They happen to be in so close proximity. It sucks. So that you have to make a call. Basically, you have to do this. You have to talk and then go. Right. And then come off mute. It's so the sound, the sound bleed is kind of crazy in that. And so that sucks. I don't think so. And then sometimes, you also want to talk mad shit about what you're doing, because I don't know if you work in IT, and if anybody here works in IT or works with people who are in IT, they have a tendency to get kind of crabby about shit about their app or whatever they're working on. Code sucks. They're looking at something, they're just bitching and moaning. And they do it when the manager's not around, because I don't like management generally. Nothing personal. I just don't. So sometimes you want to kind of crab a little bit or piss and moan about something, and it's kind of hard because everybody can hear you. And so you're like, and then of course your managers can walk right up on you because it's just a cube. So careful. Well, the problem is the cubes are so high. Like if I'm sitting at my desk and I'm working on something, I don't know if they're there. So sometimes my manager will walk around into my cube, like at the threshold of the cube. And sometimes she'll walk right up to me, which I don't like. But anyway, be that as it may, I mean, it's her right. She's the manager. She can do what she wants, I guess, when it comes to checking on me or asking me a question. Usually it's just to ask me something. And anyway, and so there's well, then the funny thing is, so that's the benefit and disadvantage, at least communication wise. Then we have a problem with space, right? So we have conference rooms, right, where we can all kind of either have stand-ups. Like, I don't know, what a stand-up is, right? So like you get in the morning where all the, like in your store, you had like all your associates would get together and you'd give them the orders of the day, or, hey, here's what's going on.
Briefing.
Yeah, like a briefing, right? A meeting, a pre-shift briefing, essentially. We call them stand-ups because everybody's supposed to stand up. Nobody does. But the problem is some of the conference rooms are so small, and our team is like not our production support teams, 5 people, but the more broadly business team is like a couple dozen people. Well, we don't have a conference room. We can all sit there. And then where we work, one of the senior leaders, like one of the senior vice presidents, we had a conference room. I think it held, 12 people. Like a table that people would stand up. So we used to put like 14, 15 people in this room. Well, they took it as a corner office because it was at the corner of the floor. So this person, one person, by the way, one senior VP, took this conference room as their office, essentially. So, and again, I understand. I get it how it works. Is leadership in corner offices. I get it. But the problem is sometimes you'll be taking Teams meeting at your desk, which is completely ridiculous because I'm like, I could take this at home. Like the whole point of being in the office is to collaborate and talk to people, but there's no space to do the actual collaboration. So it's a little bit of a mess. And so we're going to see how it goes in September, but there's going to be some challenges. I like being in the office sometimes. Being at home is okay, but
there's nothing wrong with some healthy conflict and giving some healthy challenge in the right way, mate. You got to give feedback. You got to give this feedback.
Right. And so it's going to be interesting. Now, and there's a lot of people who are younger who are really upset because they were hired during the pandemic. And so they were kind of told that they were never going to go to a full office posture. And now we kind of are because the world happens. Right. And I kind of knew that was a possibility, but these younger workers and stuff, and I can understand why they're upset, and so we'll see how it goes. I don't have a personal problem being in the office. Which is funny because I live far away. I live an hour from where I work. And so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, that's enough of that bullshit. So let's get back to iOS looks okay, but it's going to be the same iOS. I mean, it's a little different, but it's still going to be iPhone. Who knows? I guess the hardware will probably be pretty nice. It'll be an upgrade.
There's a bit of a change to the camera app, isn't there? Which is more pixel-like, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the housing, yeah, I mean,
no, not the housing. I mean the actual software on the camera.
Okay, well, I mean, I think these two operating systems we're still seeing that kind of like homogenization of it's kind of coming to the middle and that's really what it should be, right? I think that's
probably why they've done this bold change with the look of it, because they want to differentiate a little bit. So yeah, that's probably why.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's Pixel time, so I think that the Pixel 10 has already been leaked, right? Is that kind of how it's going?
Yeah, massively. You know what it's like. It's Pixel.
I mean, it's Pixel. So, of course, we're now the one good thing is this looks like this will be the TSMC molded chipsets of the Tensor.
I wouldn't expect too much difference in the chipset, though. Not on the first one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so either. And going back to this, Michael, thank God we have Michael Peppertech because he's our resident iOS expert. So watchOS went from 12 to 26, OS from 15 to 26, iOS from 18 to 26, and tvOS from 18 to. Okay, so basically they're realignment. So now everything will be all one OS to rule them all. Okay, but here's the thing: I don't see iPad OS in here. watchOS, macOS, iOS, and tvOS. Did they forget about iPad OS, or is it already on 26? Who knows? Who gives a shit? It's fine. Okay, cool. He says on
point there, like knowing when your support ends.
Yeah,
you'd have it in your mind if you went on 12. You got 5 years support. It's going to be on 17.
But now you jump to 26. So what you have to do in your mind is you have to say basically iOS 26 is essentially what iOS 18 or 17.
You'd have to just remember that.
You have to do the kind of mental math in your head about it. So
going forward, it'll be fine. It's just
because right now you're going from essentially you have to consider that basically iOS 26 is essentially iOS 19, right? Mm-hmm. So if you figured I bought it if I was on 16. I'm on 19. It's 3 years. I got another. It doesn't matter because most people probably are working on.
Most people don't have a clue. They don't even do their updates.
Right. So iPad OS wasn't included. He ran out of characters. Okay, cool. I just missed in that.
Yeah, I knew
that comment. I didn't know.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm with the 10. So we'll see how it goes. I don't expect much of improvements. I do see. We'll see how it goes. I I guess people were thinking that when they went off the Samsung to the TSMC, I thought they would see a significant like jump on performance and heat management, all that stuff. It sounds like that may not occur. It may be more of a kind of just upgrade, a normal upgrade. Probably if they didn't mention TSMC, you just thought it would be another evolutionary change of the Tensor chip. But it seems like Pixel is all on board with keeping Tensor. I don't think they're going to switch to Snapdragon, and no. I think they're all in on it, and we're going to see how this TSMC process works. And so it'll be good to see.
Tensor lives on.
Tensor lives on, and they're so yeah, we'll see. So I mean, again, it's. I mean, I won't be upgrading to a Pixel 10. I will keep with the 9. I would like to see, hopefully, which I don't think it'll happen, but I was hoping that maybe the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. I really hope they do something with that name. Just call it the 10 Fold. 10 Fold. There you go. That would be good, right? That'd be kind of cool. The Pixel 10 Fold. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. I would think that maybe. I hope AT&T offers that as an upgrade, because if they did, I would upgrade to that. But if not, I'll just keep my 9 Pro XL, and I really like this device. I mean, I've had a lot of good experience with it. The upgrades have been great. The phone's awesome, takes great pictures. I like this phone.
So I'm talking of folds, more exciting for me. The V5 by Honor is going to be launching in China on the 2nd of July, and it looks quite exciting. It's 8.8 mil in thickness shut.
It's crazy. That's just
mad,
nuts.
Yeah. It's rumored to have, I think it's 6,300 milliamp battery, which can be the biggest battery in any foldables to date.
Wow.
Obviously, that's the silicon carbon battery to make that happen. And it's meant to have improved cameras. Obviously, the sensors won't be as big as their Magic 7 Pro, but they're going to be a bit bigger, apparently. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
And shouldn't they just call it the Pixel Fold 26 and just follow Apple with that? Because
yeah.
Yeah, but a Pixel Fold 25 would be good. It looks good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, would you consider going back to a foldable? Like, would you pick up the V5? Now, I mean, not just to try it, but actually, you think you could actually rock a foldable for more than 6 months? I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't know.
I only had it for 3 months, didn't I? I think. Before. I mean, I could, because I missed it. I did miss it because I've always got other devices that I'm playing with. I could easily rock it as my main device.
Right.
That was the chair, not my arse, by the way.
You didn't tell them. Remember the other? I guess nobody would know. But we got off that last show, and I mean, it might have been maybe a minute and a half. He's just like. I was like, dude, have you been? Yeah, he just fucking blasted.
I held it until we were alone.
You could have just muted your mic and just let it rip, dude. But that's fine. I mean, I know you have a little. I guess the question is, if you didn't have other choices, would you be more willing to stay with the Fold? Is it because you have other options as far as hardware and stuff? That's why you're not as dedicated to staying to a foldable, or is it just because
in terms of camera? I think, but I mean. But yeah, I think I could rock a foldable now because the cameras have got good enough in mid ranges, like for me, for point and shoot. It's just low light, isn't it? It's low light that's the issue sometimes. But, I mean, that's a problem even with the high end mobile devices. Still not amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and again,
for camera.
I guess that's what it basically comes down to, is not necessarily form factor for you. But the camera performance and camera optics and the actual hardware is not going to be as good as on a slab, I guess, right?
But I did love the V3, so I reckon I'm going to be a big fan of the V5. Although there's going to be an Ultra Fold from Samsung, isn't there?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. That might be an event that I'm going to watch. I mean, not the whole event, but that part of it I'm going to be focused on, because I would like to see, because I honestly as much as I love, again, like I said, if AT&T would have carried the 9 Pro Fold, that's what I'd be using instead of this. If I have to, I might just have to go back to using. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot I did I was tapping on the back, and I forgot the tap on the back. I had to launch Snapchat.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about. That's what it is. I do miss a foldable. I kind of sort of regret. I mean, I don't regret getting rid of the Fold 5 because I do love the Pixel device.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I'll tell you right now, if we get to if the Ultra is there, the old Samsung device, and a 10 Pro Fold is there, I will go for the Pixel. Like I won't even blink. I will not even blink. We'll see how it goes. Probably not, because usually once AT&T decides not to carry a device, they kind of just don't care. It's like that's it from going forward. They just don't. They carried the first the Pixel Fold they had available, and they didn't do the 9 Pro Fold, and I doubt they're going to do the 10. That's not how AT&T usually goes. Once they kind of get rid of a line of phones, any iteration past that, they just don't pick it up. So we'll see. I don't know. I hope so.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You see that the Ultra for Motorola was number 1 flippy.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, I think that if you're going for a flip phone, unless you have access to maybe like the Huawei or the Honor or something like that, Oppo, but between Samsung and Motorola, honestly, unless you're so absolutely dedicated to Samsung software, to me, there's really no reason why you wouldn't get, especially now with the Ultra. That thing is stupid good.
Yeah.
Now $12.99. Yeah, is that a lot to swallow? Sure. But it is Motorola. If you wait 3 months, it'll probably be not. You could probably pick one up. You could probably look on Swap and probably pick one up pretty decent condition for like $8.99, $7.99, $850. So we'll see. Yeah, Dark Habibi. And he's by the Samsung. Dude, the 25 Ultra is not bad. You can probably pick an Ultra up for now for about what, $650, $700. Dude, it's a banging phone.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a S25.
Honestly, if I didn't have the Pixel and I wasn't into a foldable, I could rock a S25. Shit, I'd even go one better. I would go and maybe look for an S24 Ultra and save a couple $100 and be pretty close to what I would almost go with the 24 Ultra, just because I could save a couple of quid and do it that way, and I think it's pretty good. But dude, the 25 Ultra is just an awesome phone. Just
you can't go wrong with Sammy's Ultra, I think. No. Every year. It's a great all-round device. Like, the cameras aren't as good, but they're better this year, actually, Sam, I think. Some of the shots are a bit more natural, I've found. An Expert RAW is always great. Big fan.
Yeah. And honestly, an AT&T, when it comes to their whitelist and the way they handle their OS updates and policies on a G8, dude, AT&T sucks. I hate using them. I just do because it's really, I tried to switch. I actually switched to I tested out Mint and I also tested out T-Mobile, and I did okay with those. I just got to clear all these devices off my account, and then maybe I can switch over. But yeah, AT&T as a company just sucks. They suck. I just hate it. Especially because I think for what we're using the phones for, I just overpay. I just don't need all that kind of shit. And but yeah, exactly. Because AT&T locked it. The AT&T the updates used to have to, so they would make an update, and then AT&T had to certify that update. And AT&T was terrible about it. And if the phone was locked, forget about it. Because I'm pretty sure do that. I think the G8 got Android. I know it got 12. It might have got 13. I know my Wing. I think I have 13 on my Wing, and that's that LG Wing. I think it's an AT&T model. I had to look at it, but yeah, it just, dude, AT&T sucks. Just buy unlocked.
So I'm talking to network. So in the UK, it's big news. The Vodafone and Free have finally completed their merger.
Right.
So it's called Vodafone Free now.
It's Vodafone. I was going to ask what the name was. So is that basically just O2 and Vodafone 3 is all that it is? And
no, it's Vodafone and Free. They're so there was a big fall.
No, I'm saying, but when they merge, it's going to be Vodafone 3.
Yeah.
Right? And then is O2 the only proper other carrier?
You got VMO2 and you got EE.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about EE. I'd never heard about the other one. So are those MVMOs?
EE. So EE used to be T-Mobile and
okay.
But they both went together to become EE.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That was quite a while ago now. I was with EE at the time, actually. With T-Mobile at the time, sorry.
So
yeah, So it's quite a big thing.
Yeah. Jimmy's asking, do you think the merger might benefit ID Mobile customers? ID Mobile Golf 3, I think.
All MVNO customers will get the full network at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So I guess ID Mobile is that is MVNO of
MVNO of 3, yeah.
Of 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know, Jimmy, what you're using. But yeah, I know in Canada there's I think it's Rogers, Bell, and Telus, I think. At least it used to be. I haven't been paying much attention. It really, honestly, it's really in the United States, it's Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T. That's pretty much all it is. I mean, yeah, you've got Cricket. Yeah, you've got Mint. I actually had no problem with Mint, although I didn't transfer my number. I just got one of their numbers to try their network. Yeah. I had some problems with the Chinese model I had. That Find I couldn't get. Well, I tried with T-Mobile, and I made the mistake of actually transferring my number to T-Mobile. And to switch it back to AT&T was a fucking nightmare, dude.
It's not meant to be a nightmare, though. It's meant to be easy.
Well, it wound up being a nightmare, and I don't know if it was AT&T's fault or T-Mobile's fault. I would probably slight to AT&T because they just suck at everything they do. But maybe T-Mobile didn't want me to lose as a customer because they realized if they transfer the number back.
Is it working the same in the US? We get a passcode.
I think you have to wait 30 days. So if you transfer a number to another carrier, it's locked to that carrier for 30 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what the guy said. So I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, right? Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if that's really a thing. I didn't really look at the FCC. I didn't look at the rules or anything. So I don't know. It's very possible. So, yeah, I tried out Google Fi, but I don't know if maybe I was doing something wrong. I just could not get it to work. I know a lot of people like Google Fi. It seems okay, but I don't know. T-Mobile, yeah. Ronnie moved back from he moved from Fi to T-Mobile. Yeah, T-Mobile I think would be good. I mean, I think that would be the optimal situation, but I ran into some connection problems. I know when I used to have T-Mobile years ago where I live, I would have a lot of signal drops just because I don't think they're towers, which is now funny because I have T-Mobile for my home internet, right? Because it's 5G home internet, and it works. It works okay. I'm struggling with it. I switched out new hardware. I have new all this stuff, and I'm still running the same problems. Obviously, it just sucks. So we'll see. But I mean, T-Mobile, I think they're all not great. But so when is that merger supposed to be officially done in the UK? Did they have a date?
It's officially done now. So they are Vodafone free. That's the name now. Okay. I know what it's like though, seeing obviously Virgin Media and O2 join. I know it's a long old road to go down. They've got a lot to go through with that merger because they will cut head offices, cut teams down. It's the norm, isn't it, to do so?
Yeah.
You don't have two sets of HR. You have one set of HR normally.
Right. So so whoever the merging company is, whoever is the buying part of that merger usually is what stays. Usually the acquired component of that merger usually is the one that gets bought.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Couple weeks ago. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Eric, Tech Preacher, is in the chat. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? Hopefully you've been good, sir. Hopefully you're staying cool down in New Orleans. I don't know if you're in the heat dome, hot dome, or whatever the hell dome we got going on. I don't know if it goes as far as New Orleans. Probably not. It's pretty good. So what's up, sir? How are you? Good to see you. And I always like seeing Eric swing on through it. So he's always a pleasure to see Eric flying through. I know he's been busy with everything else that's going on. So it's hot. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So you're in the heat dome, hot dome, whatever. It's on. Check out Weather Channel. They apparently have a new term now. You're in this heat dome. It's like, I guess it's like you have those Blackstone. If you have a griddle, and they have those little metal things you use to cover it up to kind of trap the heat and can melt cheese and shit. It's kind of like that. It's like that, the heat dome, although it's made of like air, not a metal dome. Probably. So I know there's been a lot of talk about the. I want to ask about you. You've seen the Nothing headphones. The square phones?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the design.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, they look ridiculous. They look ridiculous.
You know they're going to be good though.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to be good. That's not the problem. It's just aesthetically. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the square. I don't think headphones, over-the-ear headphones, should be a square. I just don't. I think it looks weird. It just does.
Bold of them to be different.
Sure.
I'll give them that.
You want to make sure. Well, you want to make sure you differentiate, so anybody who's walking by knows that you have a pair of Nothing.
and it's still
You know,
got that
I got that.
transparent aesthetic as well. So, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of it myself. I mean, when I see them in person, they might grow on me. I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
yeah,
Here's the thing. I just the same thing I feel about watch faces. Watch faces should be circular. They should not be squares.
yeah.
They
On
should
that
not be
note,
squares.
have
I
you
just
seen
don't
the
like it.
new? There's going to be a new 8 Classic from Samsung, and it's
No.
got that squircle look to it, which is not really the classic look, is it? It goes against what the classic's all about.
I thought a classic was a classic phone or a classic wristwatch, right? A classic
Yeah,
timepiece.
exactly.
It's I don't know how many watches that are analog watches are squircles or squares.
Yeah, it looks like an Ultra with a rotating bezel on it, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how I feel about that.
The Nothing headphones make me think of strapping to Apple MagSafe. Yeah, I just like I saw it. I'm like, the first reaction I had was, okay, cool. Nothing's making headphones. Okay, that's cool. They are fugly. I can't. They look goofy as hell. Whatever. It's fine. I mean, everything else is fine. I think their CMS stuff's cool. Oh, I'm sure they're good. I just don't. I mean, I know they're trying to build an ecosystem, but here's the thing: it's like, well, we're not going to get it in the U.S. because it's all Europe and stuff.
You have nothing there.
We have nothing here. So yeah, I mean, apparently, although I did check AT&T's whitelist, apparently the Nothing Phone 2 is on the AT&T whitelist, so it can work on. Yeah. Now I saw there's a 3A Pro. I want to try a Nothing Phone. I'd like to give it a try. A lot of people who've used them really, really like them.
Yeah,
I'd like to give it a try.
I hear good things. I hear good things.
I just don't want to import a phone and then it fucking doesn't work and I'm stuck with it.
I had the very first one, didn't I, for a little while, and I quite enjoyed it. And apparently that got better with updates. I had it from launch.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a nice device. I wouldn't mind trying the 3 when it comes out.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, well, the problem is I don't know that we're kind of on the 3. They're starting to push a little bit of the price tag. It's like, well, shit. At that point, I might get a OnePlus 13 or another kind of device. It's like I don't know, man. I thought the whole point of Nothing was to. I know they have to have a high end because whoever thought they were going to make an Ultra, a Razer Ultra, right? Never, right? It's Motorola, but they did. So I get they're catering to that segment and the clientele. Totally cool. I don't know, man. I'd like to try the 3A Pro. I think that or before I get into the 3 and kind of see what's
good
going
device. On. CMF's quite cool though as well. I wouldn't mind trying the CMF.
Yeah, I like the fact you can take the stuff off and you take the backplate off. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun. I think it's kind of fun. So let's see. Microbiome needs to consistently function over ugliness. I get they want to stand out, but there's a difference standing out and being ugly. Yeah. Well, I think the phones are okay. I like the glyphs are kind of cool. I mean, I'd be a little bit kind of. I think it's a little gimmicky, but I think it identifies a phone. That's why I kind of liked seeing OnePlus devices having that circular. The camera housing, because you see a OnePlus device, immediately it's a OnePlus, right? If you see it in the store. Now, what does that drive sales? Like you see that and go, holy shit, I want a OnePlus now. No, probably not. But at least it's brand recognition. But those headphones, dude, I think they look stupid. If they were to make those circular, I would have been a fan. If those were exactly the same thing, but they were like a regular circle kind of design, I think they would have had good sound, but aggressive pricing, but also would have been, because here's the thing. I mean, it's great that it's affordable and they sound great, but if they look ridiculous on your head, you just look like a moron.
My hot take is they're going to grow on people, and they're going to get a load of good reviews on them when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, well, I think they'll get good. Here's the thing. I think El Jefe would just look at. I don't think he would actually care exactly on how they actually look necessarily. He might make a comment about it, but if the sound is good for the price point and they really perform well, I think he would definitely consider them a buy. I think that's really the time will tell. Right, proof's in the pudding. Right, when you get it out there, but we'll see.
And like you say, some people want to have a product and it be obvious that it's that brand.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And also, too, because they're maybe trying to build an ecosystem, right? You've got the phone. You may have the earbuds, right? You might have a watch. And you might want to try, you want to have the whole things. You know what? I think that's about the best thing you do, really, at this point. I think that's how you get a brand to have some traction is you ecosystem it out, right? Everybody else does, Samsung, Google, clearly Apple, right? I think that's the model you got to go for. I agree with Michael. You have to have them. They have to be aesthetically look good looking, and I think the headphones are they're going to have to grow on people, and they may or may not. So like I said, I think the Apple headphones I think are ugly. I'm sorry. Anybody who says they look good, they look stupid. I don't like the way they look at all. It's just a personal thing. Again, that's a me thing. It's not because it's Apple. If Google had the same headphones, I would say those look ugly too. I just don't.
I think they look quite smart myself. I quite like the metal build.
It's the shape that bothers me. I don't like the shape.
I don't like the bra case.
Oh God, that's fugly. I don't think it matters because I don't know, man. It's not that big of a deal. But I've got, what I really actually I like. These are my Surface headphones, Surface 2 headphones. Yeah, I think these are pretty smart looking. I've had them. Now, I've had them so long, the cup is starting to, you can kind of see the cup is starting to kind of be long. Now, the other side, what's funny is, Galaxy Buds Pro 3.
I got them free, didn't I?
Nice. Now, look, it's funny. Look at it. So this, obviously, the cup on this side is seeing better days, right? Yeah. I've had these the same. Look at this side. Perfectly solid. This is the left ear, right?
Did your left ear get sweatier?
No, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe when I'm touching, but dude, I've had these for years, and I love my Surface headphones. I think they're sharp. Yeah. They got, you got this side is your, the whole dial bezel turns. You got your
noise cancellation dials like that. Yeah, that's
dude, it's so great. I've had really good experiences with them. I know it's Microsoft hardware. It's cracky and breaks, but I've had good luck with them. So, and now, obviously they don't make them anymore, so I'm going to have to come up with something else, but I've had good experience with these headphones.
So I haven't tested the Buds 3 Pro properly much yet, but my initial thoughts is then not blown me away at all. I don't know if it's the seal I've got, but the ANC doesn't seem as good as my sound course, in my opinion.
Might not be. And it might not be a seal, just might not be as aggressive.
I need to test them again with both in hand. Do you know what I mean? And switch them to see for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Initial thoughts is they're not blown me away. They're nice, and I got them free, so I can't complain.
Right? Nobody can complain about. Can't complain about a free meal. Oh, the Chromebook. Okay.
Yeah, still in box because I might just keep it for Saoirse when she's a bit older.
Yeah, might as well. They'll be probably pretty good for a while. So
yeah, I think so.
Well, we're getting to the top of the hour, and so folks, we might cut this short because we have heard our pals over the Tech Disruptors. They're going off here in about 4 or 5 minutes or so, and Darren is going to be kind of stepping away for a little bit. So this is his final show, but he might be taking a little bit of a hiatus. So she'll go participate in that show him. So we might pop on over there. I would like to get over there. So I would hope that Darren kind of does his thing and comes back because I think they got a really good thing going on. I think him and Jason do a really good job over there, and we're fans of the Tech Disruptors podcast.
Devon's going to be taking over for the month of July, so
okay.
They will still be going, but Darren's going to be away for a month.
Yeah, so hopefully that doesn't stay permanent because we love Darren and Devin does a really great job too. He's really fantastic. So I am going to pop over there. I don't know if Joe is going to do that. He's dealing with. You look like you're feeling okay. The hay fever kind of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm sweating. I've got sweaty swallocks. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good look. So we got a lot to talk about. So now next Sunday I have to work, but we might go off on a Saturday joint. Try that out. So
yeah.
So maybe a Saturday 2 p.m. kind of thing going on. We'll do that kind of thing. So we will not. It will not be a Sunday show for sure. We are not going to cancel. I know I've been kind of not great lately. I've been kind of busy with stuff. So, but we're thinking maybe a Saturday podcast. So that would for dates, folks. So if you're having a date, that would be Saturday the 28th of June. That's a 28 already. Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. It's crazy. It's almost July. It's nuts, right? And so we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, I'm thinking the 28th. So that'd be Saturday at 2 p.m. and we'll post chat about it. And we'll post on Twix and that kind of thing. And also don't forget, skin your shit. Go to extremeskins.co.uk. Pick you up some. They have buy one, get ones. All that kind of stuff. I might thinking about doing that. Add some color to my Pixel because I think it's about time. I got this clear case. And I think I want to put some colors on it. And yeah, so check them out. Again, tell them we sent you. And really good chaps over there. So Joe,
before we go, Sam,
yeah.
Did you check out that my image to video.
I did
short.
not. I got to check it out. I have not, honestly.
Dare you?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a kind of a wacky kind of week. I just haven't gotten around to
I was
watching
going to
a
ask
lot
your thoughts, but I'll wait till you've seen it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go maybe look at it real quick. We'll tell you. Well, yeah, you do a good job. Even with your other videos, is it Marquez Brownlee quality? No, but Marquez Brownlee, when he started out, was in his room. I mean, they look, you do a good job. I like your approach, and that's just not saying because we're mates. I mean, I do like the fact that it's just their shorts are really crisp. They're good. You're in, you're out. There's not a lot of
keeping them a minute. Trying to keep them close to a minute.
That's tough, man. It's really tough to get a lot of good detail, and not just trying to shove it all in there, and then it's just like a mess. It's a real tough thing. And that's the problem is you don't have control over the time. I mean, if you could make it 90 seconds or maybe 2 minutes. Maybe that makes it a little easier, but to get it into 1 minute, man, that's really tough to do.
What's funny though, Sam, is my TikTok's growing better than my YouTube channel.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. TikTok, dude, the way TikTok is set up, that's where I think growth vectors are on TikTok for smaller creators. I don't think it's YouTube. I think that shit is failed. I'm
going to keep plugging away, but I've got like 87 subscribers on YouTube, which is
the TikTok thing is a lot better because it's set up to be it's short, free-form, scrollable content. Like YouTube is not set up for that. It just isn't. They're trying to retrofit it with shorts and shit. But TikTok out the gate is way more inclined to those 45 second to 2 minute bursts of little. I think you're going to see a lot more growth on TikTok than you would on.
I'll keep plugging away on YouTube and Insta though. So.
Oh, yeah, plug away. All the plugs. So, again, it's getting your shit. Check those guys out. Check out Joe's, if you haven't followed him, it's Screen On Time, YT. And then do him a search on TikTok. We'll put the TikTok link in the show notes. And follow Joe there and watch his videos and show him some love. Share them and like them and all that stuff. I will never post a video on TikTok, so don't even try to look up my shit. You can follow me if you want to.
Never say never, Sam.
You're going to follow a whole fucking ton of nothing because I'm never posting anything on that platform.
Well, if we ever meet in person, I'm posting pictures of and
that's fine. You can post them on your TikTok. On my TikTok, it will never happen. Sorry, dog. That's not how I don't. No offense. It's not my thing. So anyway, that's the show. Don't be a dick. Follow us. Follow Joe. Go search him on the TikToks. Do all that kind of stuff, and then check out his content. And then we'll be back next Saturday, the 28th, 2 p.m. We'll do a show. It'll be awesome. Frankly, it'll be awesome. Be magnificent. The best show you ever had. It'll be fantastic. It'll be so good. Right. So it'll be great. Check the show out. We will see you guys then. And if you aren't still on this and you want to pop over, it's the Tech Disruptors podcast. You'll jump over there real quick. We're going to be over there doing
great again.
We're going to make the show. Fuck. I wouldn't go in there, dude. Hell no, dog. Durant got traded. What the fuck? No. Really? That makes sense. Tonight, by the way, tonight, folks, NBA Finals, the most boring final you ever knew. It's OKC and the Indiana Pacers. Game 7. We'll see. I'm going Pacers. I think the OKC is going to fuck up. I think they're going to blow it. I think the Pacers are going to win the championship. It's going to suck. I don't care. I don't care either way, but I'm not either way. I don't care either about one of those two teams. But I think the Pacers win tonight. I think that's my prediction. Hot take. We'll see how it goes. All right. For myself, for Joe Hickey, thanks for tuning into the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe. See you next Saturday, 28th. Be there. Be square. Or listen later. It's cool. All right, man. Take care. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.